Welcome along to Racing to Win. This is Hong Kong's twice weekly preview show. We've got a little bit of a change coming up for the midweek meeting this week. We're not at Happy Valley. We're at Sha Tin for 8 races on the all-weather. Joined on the panel today by Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, 8 races, but there's a cracking Class 1 halfway through.
Yeah, there certainly is, Mark. It comes up as race number 5 over the 1,200 metres. Kerpeny, who's been able to win his last couple. Majestic Star, who's won his last couple. And gee, was pretty impressive last week on the all-weather in the barrier trial. So they look the 2 leading chances in that race. And that's not forgetting a horse like Red Desert, who's coming back in trip. He ran a really good race last start.
He's a horse that has raced in Class 1 previously. So many of them have not. Paul Lally joins us as well. And Paul, there are jackpots as well.
Yeah, there is. 1.9 million going into the triple trio. There's also the first double trio, 800,000 going into that. And then races 2, 4, 6 and 8, there's also 800,000 going into the pools there for the first 4 and quartets. So some decent jackpots just to spice up the meeting.
There is indeed. The meeting details are as follows. We're over the halfway point of the season now as we head towards Champions Day, the next big feature, but meeting 58 with the 8 all-weather races on Wednesday night. Slightly later start too, 7:15 local with just the 8 races. The 2 that we're focusing on, races 5 and 7, the Class 1, and then the Class 3 over 1,800 metres. Silvermine Bay Handicappers race number 5, and Kerpeny carries the same weight with Alfie's claim as what he did when he beat Sha Tin last time. We've got Silver Figure, 5-time course and distance winner. Majestic Stars looking for 3 in a row. Master Montaro comes to the all-weather for the first time. The cheek piece is off, the blinkers go on. Red Desert's back in trip from the 1,650 to the 1,200. And Sha Tin, he is a all-weather winner. He's placed second 6 times as well. He's had a trial on the turf, which we'll see very shortly also. Speed map here, Tom, and we know Kerpeny likes to get out and run. Will that be the case again this week?
Yeah, I think it will be, but the pace might only be moderate here, highly proactive. He has gone forward in the past. He's drawn in barrier number 4. He's been back in his last few anyway. Red Desert likely to be somewhere in the early firing line, Nepal, and Silver Fig, we know he's a horse that does like to get back.
Yeah, so he'll go back towards the rear. I think Master Montaro, having his first start on the all-weather, will go back as well, and from especially over the 1,200 metres. And Majestic Star should get into a nice position.
So there you have it. That is the anticipated speed and how they string out for race number 5. Alfie Chan's looking for another win on Kerpeny. He's a new dad as well, so even more of a motivation to ride a winner. And Nick caught up with Alfie via Zoom earlier today.
Alfie, you're going to jump aboard the highest rated horse on Wednesday night here at Sha Tin in the shape of Kerpeny. Talk us through that win last time, because that was mightily impressive.
Yes, it was a good run, and he won easy, and I hope he can do it again on Wednesday night.
He certainly did win very easy, Alfie. Just on his trial recently as well, he's had a trial. He looked to trial very nicely. Were you and Casper pleased with that performance?
Yes, we're both very happy with his performance during the trials, because he his last run since today with 2 months, and then Mr. Founds just let me to ride him in the trials just for the fitness, and then he hasn't got the blinkers on, but he seems very fit and in great form.
Obviously, as you allude to, allowed you to ride him in the trial. You don't just ride him in the trial. You've been a big part of this horse's sort of exercise regime. You've got to know the horse quite well. Do you feel that the pair of you have bonded quite nicely? I mean, he seems to go very well for you in your claim.
Yeah, definitely. As his rating now, I think he will definitely need a claim. And yeah, we get along very well. And I rode him the 1,800 on the grass the other day. And then he just feel very comfortable, and hope we can do it again.
Just going back to obviously the blinkers. Now, he's worn blinkers on his last 3 races, Alfie. I mean, he's really elevated, hasn't he, this horse, since he's had the blinkers on? Would that be fair? Do you feel he's found an extra gear since he's had the headgear on?
Yeah, absolutely. Since he had got blinkers on, and he won 2 races in a row and raced very consistently. And then I have no doubt he's still improving. So let's see.
And he's not just an all-weather horse, Alfie. Obviously, he's got very good turf stats. He's won 4 around the valley. I know he's never won at Sha Tin on the turf, but he does have an entry for the Sprint Cup. Now, I guess with his rating of 110, he's earned that clearly. I don't want us to get too ahead of ourselves, but if he comes through this well, I mean, this is a Class 1 race. Are Casper and the connections, thinking about pressing on to perhaps the Sprint Cup?
Yes, I did ask Mr. Fowles if I can have if I ride him well on Wednesday, can I have a shot? And I'm still waiting for his reply. But I would be really appreciated if I have a goal in the group race. That would be great for me. Hopefully, we can do our best.
For sure. And obviously, I mean, he meets a few of the horses, Alfie, that he beat last time, notably Zarson, who he meets again. I mean, clearly he's got them held on form. From gate number 5, are you happy where you are? I mean, he did manage to win from 6 last time, and you're an on-speed runner.
There's not many horses in the field, and half of the field he beaten them before, and but there's the big weight different now. On Wednesday night, he at least carried at least 10 pounds more than rest of the field. But as his fitness and as his form, I'm quite confident he can do it again. Hopefully, don't rain too much. So when the soft ground, and then there was a lot of changing. You can't guess what was going on. But hoping the rain will stop, so the track will be fast, or good track will be perfect for us.
There are some forecast thunderstorms around for Wednesday morning. If they come through, if indeed they happen, it should be back to ideal conditions for racing by Wednesday night. Let's break down that race a little more now, gents, and we start with Kerpenny. We've seen him in that interview. There he is in front. We've also got Zarson coming out of this race. He's further back in the field. Duke Wise had a start or two since this race on the turf. Red Desert, he has as well over the 1650, and Silver Fig didn't quite finish off as well as he can do in this race. Tom Kerpenny, very good though.
He was. He just had that nice lead in front. He was well rated. He was able to pinch a bit of a break in the straight, and in the end he was pretty good here over the final stages. I thought Red Desert was a really good race, Paul, considering he's a horse not noted for his 1650 form. Back to 1200 is really likely to suit. Yeah,
that'll suit him for sure. But I just thought the Kerpenny one with plenty in hand there. You can see him being very kind on him at the end, and with no one there to take him on, I think he's going to get his own way in front. So, look, you can see he loves the all-weather, this horse, and he's had a good win there, a couple of placings from his 4 starts.
We move on now, Paul, to a trial. Ricky, you something different here with Zarson, because we've seen him race well on the all-weather plenty of times. He's gone some decent races on the grass too. He's had a trial behind a horse called Golden 60 down the straight.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad trial either, was it? I thought from Zarson. Now, Zarson, we know he's good on the turf because he's got that really good, powerful finish. He comes in with the lightweight. He's won on the all-weather in the past as well, so he's quite a versatile horse. And look at the way he's going pretty well at the moment.
He's a one-time winner, course and distance, and 6 other second placings from his 12 starts. He wasn't too far away here in this barrier trial. His last one came off for 75. He's a little bit higher than that at the moment, 86. But he has run some really good races and defeats this season so far behind Kerpenny, Elon, and then there was that terrific go where he was up behind Trillion Win and Fantastic Way. So he's certainly got claims in this race.
So that is Zarson. We move on, Tom, to a horse you're very keen on, Majestic Star. He's aiming for the hat trick. This is his win last time at Happy Valley, and there he is buried in the middle there as they turned for home. We've also got opposition from Keep You Warm, who runs second, and Duke Y features here again too. He runs third, but no cause for concern with Majestic Star on the all-weather because he won on the dirt 2 starts ago.
Yeah, I think he's got serious chance here once again. You could see he was just half a stride slow in this race here, and then he had a lovely run through mid-fence and midfield on the fence, and he really loomed through strongly here. So I think he's got a big chance in this race, Paul, on what he's shown us in his last 2.
Yeah, definitely. He's won his last 2 nicely, so yeah, he's definitely one of the main chances as well. So a nice run from there at Happy Valley.
Tom has mentioned it earlier in the show, Paul, too. He's been back to the trials on the all-weather Majestic Star, and in this trial he goes on and wins it. He beats a horse called Keefe, who we haven't seen yet, but he's been bobbing up in a lot of trial form lately. Yeah, well, so we'll look forward to seeing him when he gets out and race day. Yeah, nice trial here from the horse. He just was pushed out a little bit and he responded well and won nicely. So a good little maintenance trial for Majestic Star.
and he won easy enough.
Yeah, the winning margin here was 6 1/4 lengths, and he went down to the line under a good hold. So he looks like he's really well within himself at the moment. He's about that similar sort of weight. And Karis Teat and Danny Shum, the Derby winning combination, teaming up here, Mark.
And there's Karis's rides. Tommy has lost one with Colourful Prince coming out. He's picked up Dassett in that race 3, number 4. So that is a change. Dassett maybe not as strong a chance as what Colourful Prince was going to be at his debut, but a good book of rides for Karis, Tom.
Yeah, Happy Tango towards the end there. A Majestic Star. Regency Jimmy just needs to get that horse out of the gates. Murray's Partners, Turf Brilliant, all there as well, and over on to the final couple of races. Romantic Combo, who's coming into this with a slight freshen up and a strong chance in the last pull with Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, I think it's his best chance. The last Lightning Bolt, he's trialled really well, and he's 1 for 1 on the all-weather.
We'll have a look at that combination too of Karis and Danny in the second part of the show. Off we go, Tom, to Sha Tin, Master Montaro. Master Montaro. He's been tried here, there, everywhere. Now he gets a try on the all-weather.
I think he's at a bit of a crossroads really in his career here, Master Montaro. Cheek pieces are coming off, blinkers are going back on. Wouldn't really settle overly well last start. Battled on, beaten a length and a quarter behind Winning Method. Was a pretty competitive finish here, Paul, but overall I think he's been disappointing with all the hype that he came with. 3 wins from 17 starts.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he has won over 1,200 in the past, but he has sort of been racing over longer trips, back to 1,200 on the all-weather. Look, I didn't quite get him in. I'm interested to see what he does do on the surface.
Joe Marrera gets his turn, one of many jockeys to have tried their luck on Master Montaro this week. Selections for a very strong Class 1, Paul.
Yeah, going to go with Kerpenny. I think he can be left alone in front, and he looks going to be tough to beat. He has to carry 128, but he carried 128 to victory last time. Majestic Star will get his chance because he comes in with the lightweight. Duke Wise only had 1 start on the all-weather, and he was placed nicely in Zarsan. I think he's one of the chances with the lightweight as well. 1, 4, 2 and 9.
Majestic Start to make it 3 in a row. A strong victory last start, and he's looked good in his trial since on the all-weather. So 4 Majestic Star to beat Kerpenny. He's gone up in the ratings here to 110, but with the claim he gets down to 128 here. Number 9, Zarsan, liked his trial coming into with this. He was a little bit out of sorts last start, but his prior form had been good. Back onto the dirt will suit. And Red Desert back to 1,200 metres, a 3-time course and distance winner. 4, 1, 9 and 7.
And that is race 5 and also part 1 of Racing to Win. Off to a break now, back to have a look at race number 7 right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. We're about to have a look at our second race on this preview show for Wednesday night. It is race number 7. It's over the 1,800 metres and it is a Class 3. Everyone's Delight and Tianchi Monster both making their all-weather debuts. Tianchi Monster has won twice on turf over 1,800. Leap of Faith has the pacifiers on. King's Capital, a last start winner. He carries an extra £2 for that win. So we joy from the 1,200 to the 1,800 metres. Bear Slam will have no shadow roll this week. Romantic Combo was a course and distance winner 2 starts ago. He carries an extra £6 than what he did at that meeting. King Torbian blinkers go on. Both Party of Redar and God of Dragon from the 1,400 turf to the 1,800 all-weather. And Baron Z has the blinkers coming off as we head across to the speed map, Tom, for an 1,800 metre race, which means they get a beautiful run down into that first turn. It
does, so they get a good time to find their settling positions. Paul, we've got 2 notable horses that like to go forward here. Sky Supreme, who has barrier 3, and Everyone's Delight, who has barrier 13.
Yeah, so Everyone's Delight, he managed to get across from a wide draw at Happy Valley last time with Red Majesty in the race. I think he can do something similar here and get across outside Sky Supreme. A Leap of Faith coming to the surface for the first time. He should be able to get a nice enough run. Apache Pass as well should be able to get into a trail. Horses like King's Capital, Party Every Day that have drawn wider will head out towards the back.
All right, King's Capital is a good place to start because he is a last start winner. That was at Happy Valley that he was too good for Doctor winning. Antoine Hemlin rode that night. He partners again on Wednesday night, and this is what he had to say to Nick.
Antoine, King's Capital was a winner for you last time out on the turf. He owed you a win, this horse, didn't he? On the back of some good consistent runs.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very consistent horse. He always do the best. Last time a little bit bad draw, but I get a good race, so I'm a bit happy, and he won like this. So this time we go on always a track. back on the all-weather track. He performed well on the all-weather track, so should be a good race. Just the draw again is a bit tricky.
It certainly is. Now you're drawn out wide in 14, which is probably not ideal. Just on that, those all-weather performances, Antoine. I mean, if you go back to his run behind Romantic Combo, I mean, he was beaten a neck over course and distance. The conditions clearly suit the horse well, and I guess coming back to the all-weather is a positive in your mind.
Yes, very positive. He's a lovely horse, all-weather or turf. He tried his best, but I prefer him a bit on the all-weather track. So the field don't look very strong for the day. So he should run well. Let's see with after the winner, more weight. Let's see if the rating is still suitable for him or not. But I think he can perform well this day.
Just on his recent work, Antoine, obviously you work quite closely with this horse and David Hayes. You've been pleased with his work since the win?
Yes, I'm happy with him. He looks similar like before the winner, so all fire is green for me.
And just obviously on the trip, is 18 his best distance, do you think?
Maybe, but both is okay. It depends on the pace, depends on the race, how it happened. 16:50, 18, 16. Doesn't make a big difference for this horse.
That is King's Capital, who is also going to figure in our replay here, Tom, against horses such as Apache Pass, who's won his last two on the all-weather. He has raced since. We haven't seen Ultra Express on race day since running third behind Apache Pass in this race. He's had a trial, but no races since the 12th of February.
Yeah, so he's had a little bit of a freshen up, and we know he's a horse that has certainly been in the market recently. Apart from this start, Paul, I didn't think it was the worst run from him at all. Ultra Express, the way he was able to make ground over the final stages, and I thought his trial looked quite good coming into this also.
And he has been placed fresh up in the past too, yeah, so he definitely goes in for me. Also the other one, Apache Pass, look, he really likes this surface, doesn't he? He's won twice, and it was a nice run from him as well. So both those two horses go in for me.
Bear Slam has had a couple of trials as well since that run and Romantic Combo. He was disappointing, but was a course and distance winner 2 starts ago. We move on, Paul, to a horse pretty sure you're keen on, Everyone's Delight. He comes to the all-weather for the first time, Tianchi Monster. Leap of Faith is another one. In fact, all 3 of these onto the dirt for the first time.
They are, aren't they? You look at Leap of Faith by Sebring. He should like it, but I thought it was a really strong run here from Everyone's Delight. He was up against an informed horse in Red Majesty, just got beaten on the bob. He can get across from his wide draw, and he's trialled really well on the surface as well. The trial, I thought, from Everyone's Delight was really good, and he's also trialled behind Golden 60.
Now we're going to show Tom that trainer jockey record because Lightning Bolt runs later in the program. Karis Teaton rides Majestic Star. We heard from him before the break, so I thought we'd catch up on the record. The big one is the derby between these two, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this race, they team up with the Romantic Combo. He's not the worst of chances. He's just a 2-time winner, but you can see they've had 6 wins through the season from 29 times of teaming up that combination. Pretty consistent numbers, really, across the board there for first, second, third and fourth.
Yeah, they team up really well together, don't they? And it was a good derby win from the team.
It was, and the 3 horses that they have on Wednesday night, definitely some chances. Lightning Bolt, Majestic Star, Romantic Combo might need some luck as well. All right, we need some selections, Paul, for race 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Everyone's Delight. First start on the all-weather. I mean, that trial behind Golden 60 was very good, and he works really well on the surface. He'll be a decent price too in a good field. Ultra Express coming in fresh. Apache Pass, 2 out of 3 on the surface. And Party Every Day will get back and run on strongly. 1, 3, 8 and 12.
Similar sort of numbers on with the top weight as well. Everyone's Delight for Frankie Law and Alexi Bedell. Frankie's team certainly firing at the moment. Ultra Express is in. Romantic Combo, where he's dropped 13 pounds. He's had a slight freshen up leading into a Wednesday night. And Party Every Day, I quite liked his run last start. 1, 3, 9 and 12.
10-1, and both the boys with Everyone's Delight in race number 7. So there's the 2 races we've previewed on the show, Paul, which means we need 6 other winners.
I thought amazing teens back to 1800 metres. He's won twice over the course and distance from his 2 goes. I think he can run well. Handsome Rebel is another one. I think he's got a really good chance. Thunderstrike, he's going well at the moment, loves the surface. And in the last, Lightning Bolt, I think he can win the last.
And you can see a breakdown of all of those races on the website hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for a race-by-race analysis. We have come towards the end of the show, Paul, which means it's best bet, long shot, end to play.
Yeah, happy with everyone's delight. I hope he stays at 10s. I don't think he will, but I hope he does. So he's the best. Everyone's delight on the surface for the first time. Another horse coming to the surface for the first time is Treasure of Field. He's really well bred for it. I think he can produce a good race at a big price. He's been downgraded as well. So race 4, number 5, Treasure of Field. We'll do the play in everyone's delight with Ultra Express and Apache Pass.
Yeah, my best comes up in the 5th race with Majestic Star. Danny Schumann to Karis Techni's won 3 of his 9 starts. This horse, he's looking for the hat-trick Wednesday night, is Majestic Star. So race 5, horse 4, E-Brother. Race 3, number 11, he's got the blinkers going on. Didn't mind the trial coming into this, yet to win from his 7 starts. Manfred Mann, Alexi Bedell with E-Brother. And the value in race 6, Regency Star, Thunderstrike and Fiery Diamond. The 2-3-4 QQP.
Going to go Thunderstrike as the best bet. Barrier number 11, but if you look at the stats, read the draws over the 1,200 metres on the all-weather, they do tend to win from everywhere. Douglas White trains. Zach Purton takes the right. He carries an extra 4 pounds than what he did on the second, beaten ahead behind 8 trigrams. Magic Supreme has trialled up really well since his last start. Alexi Bedell, he takes the ride for Manfred Mann, who has a good draw, does Magic Supreme. And playing the last, we'll put him in with Manstar coming back to the all-weather, and Lightning Bolt, who was an impressive last start winner as well. So race 8, 6, 7 and 10. That's just about racing to win, Tom. So 8 at Sha Tin on Wednesday night, and a busy week for the big track because we're back there on Sunday as well.
Yeah, and all the big guns are out on Sunday. Golden 60 takes on again. Russian Emperor and Waikuku, Skyfield and Wellington. Hopefully we do see Lucky Patch back at the weekend as well, as long as he can get down from Chungfa.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? And look, it's good to see those group horses coming back, and we'll see how Golden 60, let's see if he can get back to winning ways.
And the nominations are out for Champions Day too. You can find them on the website hkjc.com. That has been Racing to Win. We will see you at Sha Tin on Wednesday night for the first of 8 at 7:15. Bye-bye.